Still can't think of who the 5-star I'm not thinking of is. Venti, Kazuha, Chaska, Wanderer, Mizuki. Who's the sixth one? There are six freaking. I cannot remember who I'm not thinking of. Unless it is just five, I'm pretty sure it was six. Shenyan, that's who I'm not thinking of. I completely forgot about Shenyan. How much longer? Like 4 hours or something? 13 actually, that's annoying. Flying should still have some extras, right? Otherwise, I'm going to go grab some.
Ad Astra. Thank you for coming. Ad Astra.
Good thing it's taking me this long to get the second one. Well, I can remember why though. It was because I missed so much previously. Is this Yunjin again? No, it's Jibai. For some reason, for a second there, I thought I saw Skirk. So my brain associates Jibai with green because of the like jade green in her outfit. It's not quite jade, but like most of her outfit is green. So I don't think of the white. I think of the green. I really wish I knew the lyrics. I think
You
Farka
can
might have
reach the
just
main
taken all the
road from
gamers there.
here. The road is wide. Very wide.
My thanks, child. As I recall, you live at the Boo Boo Pharmacy, yes?
Yes, but my memory isn't good. I've forgotten you. I need to go gather herbs. Dr. Baichu is waiting, so I have to leave.
Miss Chi-Chi, please wait.
Zibai! What an odd combination. Okay, okay. Ugh, why are we being all sneaky anyway?
If you need medicine, I'm sorry, but I really did forget you.
How did this come to pass? Traveler, Paimon, do come out. You must have questions for me too.
What? Okay, Traveler, why are you questioning that? She's a goddess. What do you expect?
Told you there was no way we could hide anything from Zibai. That said, why were you with Chi-Chi?
No, I did not. I was looking for the right moment to meet with young Chi-Chi in private. Never could I have imagined that such an adeptus might exist. One with an adeptal body but no spirit to match. That absence must be the cause of her forgetful nature. I fear someone has already tried once before in secret. I am well acquainted with the arts involved in the sigil on her head. It is a spell that bestills the soul. Without it, Miss Chi-Chi's spirit would have been drained away long ago, turning her into an unfeeling, unconscious spell work of the 3 deadly selves.
Wait a sec. You mean the sigil on her head involves similar techniques to the one you used?
Indeed. She has also had her 3 deadly selves severed. Having traveled with and observed her carefully, I perceive only one deadly self remaining in her present body. Although, I cannot determine which one it is exactly. This self is also incomplete. It was shattered by an external force before being reassembled by someone through some intricate spellcraft.
Did we ever figure out which Adeptus? I just thought about this. Did we ever know which Adeptus did it? I don't think we ever learned that.
Though, it might not necessarily be a person. Perhaps some Adeptus used their powers to pull Chi-Chi's soul together before, using sigils to stabilize and nurture it. Only she would know. It is no habit of mine to pry into others' personal affairs. I sense intense fetter within Miss Chi-Chi's body.
Oh, Paimon remembers. Back then, Chi-Chi inhaled so much fetter that she almost fell asleep.
I see. Since she was
Yeah, I almost forgot
already
about this.
bereft of spirit, the fetter entered her body like an invader into territory unguarded. Had the sigil not aided in stabilizing her soul, her spirit might have fled right then and there. But, though it held the fetter back, the sigil's adeptal power was also greatly depleted. Said sigil was already like water cut off from its source, once imbued by its creator with profound adeptal power, and with the fetter entering her body as you mentioned, I'm afraid the sigil's power shall soon be depleted. I suppose that explains the sudden arrival of 2 adepti at Bubu Pharmacy.
2 of them? You mean Xianyun and Madame Ping?
No, I would have known if it were them. The 2 I speak of were a bird and a deer who took the forms of human men before entering this city. Ah, so that is what they are called. Since we are all here to aid Miss Chi-Chi, yes, no time like the present, as they say, I shall set off shortly to pay them a visit at their abodes.
Paimon too.
Worry not, Miss Chi-Chi will be more than all right. Still, to see such a sophisticated version of the 3 deadly selves technique in action.
It'd be really funny if it ended up being her, because I think she still's missing some of her stuff. Also, how quickly can I mind this? Oh yeah, very fast. Alrighty. I think it might be good to start farming this as well again. Maybe. Oh. Oh. Something happened. That was a weird glitch. So yeah, in case you don't know, while a person is loading into your world, you cannot use this menu to leave it or to go back to single player. But you can still quit to title, so it works just the same. They put restrictions on the other menu, but you can still do it the other way. Okay, let me in this time.
There are lots of journalists in the court of Fontaine, but not all of them hold themselves to a high professional standard. If you're ever looking to do an interview, I'm your best choice.
On me.
It's a constant switching around. I think it's funny.
Up the ante!
Ow.
On me! Stay away from me! Stay away from me!
Look out below!
That was some weird hit stun. I'm dying.
On me!
Limelight spark! Tonight burns!
On me!
How much of a difference would sucrose make?
Hold that pose!
The third person isn't out yet. Or fourth person isn't out.
Weapons need regular maintenance.
Oh,
Take
wrong
good
one.
care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
Where is she? There we
I
go.
like to drink on occasion. Any and every occasion. Good one.
Into the dark with your heart as the arc with children knew the way. With you in the dark with your heart as the arc with children knew the way.
Animal 63!
Oh, I don't know why I'm attacking. I can't do anything. I have to wait until the second save.
Defensive mode engaged.
On me!
Preparing for dust up.
There's no way I'm beating a Varka and running over here. His unique model makes him way too fast.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Defensive mode engaged. Annihilation mode.
Into the dark, as my arc which shall shine either way. Because I'm with you in the dark, with your heart as my mark which shall guide you the way.
Say cheese.
I can swap fast. Oh, I didn't get to respond. Sag. Watch the thumbnail still end up being a freaking uh different profile, or still just imagine it still being an F's ultimate and not Varka's. It's gonna be. It's gonna be so annoying. Either that or it doesn't grab one at all. I don't need to use the last 20. I mean, I technically actually can. I could just go over there. I mean, actually, I should. You know, whatever. Nah, it's better to keep the 20. Cool. John likes acting up in the early morning. When I was supposed to say early morning, but it's technically not early morning. It's soon after I've woken up. Like, my jaw likes acting up. I've had lockjaw in the past. I've woken up with lockjaw consistently. Doesn't happen anymore, though. Jaw does like being weird and tense, though. Especially if I haven't eaten yet. Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? What am I doing? With both crits. Nope. Yep. Nope. Wop. This is a pretty good piece. Where is it? There it is. I'm definitely going to star the ones that I think will end up being really good. I'll go through them and do that at some point. How good is your Sands? Actually, you don't have the Sands active. Your Sands is this one, so it wouldn't actually make that much of a difference. Unless it got really... Well, it's more crit rate no matter what. What is my worst piece? Probably this one. Should I sack this piece? Actually, that's 13% great. That's actually still good to have. This piece isn't terrible. I just wish it didn't have 18% defense on it. I mean, if I ever needed... Actually, that's a good defense percent off piece for a DPS, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I could probably also go through and call some of my saved artifacts. Oh, none of the ones I have up here are actually worth sacking. I'm worried about maxing out Vark at some point in the future. This piece I definitely want to replace though. I think I'll replace that and put this one in its place, and then replace this one with just another one of these in the future, maybe. Because I've got a few future, maybe. Ooh. Which one of these would I want? I think I would... that crit damage, though. Wait, pirate him. Interesting that pyro is more than him. I mean, it makes sense, but like, I think that's just because people like to put him in pyro teams specifically. I don't know why people are restricting him so much. Especially because pyro has a lot fewer characters that you can use with to make him super strong, like damage-wise. Pyro is missing a few characters. The only real character you can is a character I recently put in the Pyro team, which is Bennett. I didn't want to originally, but I realized because my brain was thinking he was overused, but he's not overused on my account. So I think that having like the one team that has Bennett on it, besides like this team, is fine. Do I have any other teams with Bennett? No. So yeah, the only two teams that have Bennett is Sweet Pyro and Evil Conquering, which I don't use that often. Yeah, but I don't like Pyro, so these are like the only two characters I can really use from Pyro to help with the damage. Because otherwise there's no other characters that really can. But maybe you? Well that's not a curry boost to the entire party though. That's just her. Yeah, and Blessed Chick Day doesn't apply any buffs of any kind, so yeah, like these are the only two characters in Pyro that I could think of that actually provide any buffs. Every other character I don't have is either DPS or sub DPS. Durin, last I checked, doesn't increase damage either. Where is it? Besides this, maybe. The Pirate Swirl, that's it. He doesn't work with Vaporizer Melt, though. With that, he only can do damage himself. 75% of 6%? How much is that exactly? I'm pretty sure that brings it over 10. That's cool. I mean, it doesn't matter what the timing is if we're talking about Marka, because he always does Pyro Swirl if you have Pyro in the team. Well, Pyro isn't the thing that has the highest priority, I don't think, but you know what I mean. If you're using a Pyro team, he's going to be doing Pyro Swirl all the time. But yeah, there just aren't really that many Pyro buffers, so Durin's like the only other person, and even then it's like a 20% boost, was it? So, I mean, that's better than Xiangling, so that's cool. Sucrose helps a little bit. He doesn't give buffs. This is something that I've had to relearn entirely. It took me many years before I actually went and read through his entire list. Again, I can't believe the meta propaganda that led me to think Venti was a buffer. He's not. He doesn't have a single buff in his entire kit. The only things that he can do that could be considered like buffs is Storm Eye, which gives 15 energy to whatever element he takes up. That's it. That's all it does. And other than that, there's two things in here. This, which decreases animal and physical res only. This increases his own animal damage bonus, which so it doesn't count at all. And it's C6, which makes his ultimate. Anything that takes damage from his ultimate has animal res decreased by 20%. And then that does the res of the element he absorbs. But again, that's C6. Anything past C1 is just like F2P. It's just not viable to go anywhere past C1 ever. But yeah, he doesn't have a single buff in his kit, and I was like, then what are people talking about when they're comparing him to Sucrose and Kazuha? They're talking about fucking Vivi when talking about him. For some reason, this is a thing that people do when they're talking about any animal character, which is Vivi. Which is just increases will damage and then elemental res reduction of 40% to the element infused by a swirl reaction. It's just 40% is pretty good. It's damn good, but it's like that's just because it's better than. I just hope I wish they decrease the power of this thing because people only talk about this set. I use it because I just think it's pretty neat to have and easy to farm for all the characters I need. It's not near. It's not nearly as. I just wish they nerfed it. It's not as egregious as what is the thing called? Oh, is it literally just called Dance Dance Dance? Either way, Triple D, DDD, whatever people call it, D cubed, is the one light cone from Sariel that's fucking busted. That's like every Harmony character ends up using, and to some degree. That's just insane. A free. What was it? What's the max number? 24%? 25%? I think it's 24% because I remember it being 1% weaker than the related, very similar Eagle Twilight Line set. I'm pretty sure it's 24% at max level. But you 24% action advance whenever time for every character in the team when you use your ultimate is pretty insane. I still love that he catches the freaking thing. If I can get it to show up again, I love that he catches the he catches the thing, but he flicks it off. Like he puts it against his armor to flick it off of his thing, and then flips it into his right hand. That's so cool. I love it. Wait, let me see if I can play it again. Look at that. Yeah, he does it against the middle ridge of his armor. Because as you can see, it is like ridged. It's not flat, it's ridged, but like he flicks it off of that. It's cool. Sure. Of VV. He's not VV itself. So when you're comparing them, you can't compare them. That's the thing. On top of that, Venti doesn't have any. Now, he doesn't have a single EM-based effect, which is what's the most confusing part, is that people will build him the same as you do Sucrose and Kazuha, because they both do need EM for different reasons, but they both need EM. She gives a buff based on her elemental mastery. Oh, not including this, but that doesn't scale on anything. But she gives a buff based on her elemental mastery. This isn't counting, but this is 20% of her elemental mastery, so if you have 1,000 elemental mastery, she gives 200 EM to every character in the team, pretty much. I'm pretty sure you can do it multiple, right? Yeah, because it just does the whole entire party member, all the party member ones. Kazuha, however, is different. He does give a buff based on his elemental mastery, but it is not an elemental mastery buff. Where is it? There it is. It's a damage bonus, which is a different type of thing. People tend to tend to group them together because people just listen to what other people say instead of actually reading the effect for themselves to see what it does. Elemental damage bonus is good for actual, like, the individual damage numbers. Elemental mastery increases the effect of elemental reactions. So Sucrose is better for for transformative reactions, while Kazuha is better for implicative reactions. So, like, he's really good in melt, and he's pretty much only really super useful because he can't affect the other ones. But he's really good for melt and vaporize because damage bonus doesn't affect the other types of elemental reaction damage. Sucrose is better for everything else, pretty much. And she's still somewhat useful for the other thing. Also, I do think they mixed up the idle lines for the, because I think the two lines are flipped for her idle animations. I think that's pretty weird. I only recently started using her again, so I only recently noticed that her VA changed. But Venti doesn't do any of that. In fact, he doesn't have any EM scaling whatsoever. Unless you want to count his swirl damage. But I mean, like, that's not as big as his actual damage. Like, you really should just be doing actual damage for him. You should be giving him crit and attack because he's supposed to be a sub DPS or main DPS, depending on what you prefer. They're completely different characters. And it annoys me to no end that people compare them too much because of the stupid-ass TV set. What was I originally talking about that brought me to this? Did I finish you yet? I did finish you, didn't I? Yeah. Who am I on? Oh, it's on you. Alright. Oh, right. Almost forgot. What was I originally talking about that got me to this point? I really don't remember.
This realm is.
I could check. It might take a bit, but I could check. But it could take so long that my music would disappear. Okay, this week I need to remember not to accidentally grab the hero's wit. You do not accidentally click.
If you ever.
How much more am I at now? Okay, that is still just under 2 mil.